Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is Betty. You all know that, owner and creator of Betty's Custom Design here on YouTube, Etsy, Facebook, and Instagram. And I was just playing with some of the scraps that I had left over from the last few videos. And I kind of like put a couple of my different things together and come up with this. And so what this is, it's a belly band that you can open, and it also has a little writing spot in it. And so that was my first one. Excuse me. And so this one I actually sewed in because I am bad with the glue. If I'd had a stapler that would have reached that, that would do good too. So what I've done is I've based it off of, let me grab one of my, so this is one of my sheets that I've got cut for my journals. And so I could go a little taller than what this is, but I just based it off of like a smaller size. So I could do it for 7 inches or 8 inches or whatever, but I will just have a smaller flap. So that's the only thing. Excuse me. So just keep that in mind whenever you are doing it, that you know, whatever you fold it at, you only have that much more of the 12 by 12 paper, but it's not a big deal. So on this one you have, it's the belly band that we would glue in, and then you just untuck that from the little closure, and then we open it, and then we have some pieces of coffee dyed paper. And I have so many of those little strips left over, so that's one I was trying to figure out what to do with them. Excuse me. So I figured that's what we can do today. I am just going to pull out some of those coffee dyed strips. I've got so many of them, so it's a good thing if I can do something with them. That is a very good thing. Let me see, what else do I need to get? Give me 1 second. I'm just trying to get everything together. Okay, so we can use that. And this one is not quite long enough. We can use one of those. And one of these would look good. So, okay, so that'll get us going. I think we have plenty to work with. So let me just set this stuff down to the side so it's not all up in the way. All right, so let's do this brown one first. So what I've done was I cut my paper at, I left it at the 12 inches. And I hope you guys can see, because I try to keep it low enough where you guys can see what I'm doing, but I noticed like on some of the videos that it was like too low. So I've got to try and find that happy median. So I'm going to leave it at the 12 inches, and then I'm just going to cut 2 inches. So I'm just going to do a 2-inch strip, and that's the base for my belly band. Now, where do I want to fold this at? These are folded at right at 6.5 inches. So let's see. Let me grab my scoreboard. And let's do this one maybe at, are you guys crooked? It looks like it. I don't know. Me and this camera thing, we'll get it figured out at some point. All right, so let's do this at 7 inches. We're going to do this one a little bit larger. And so all I done was just folded it down, just like that. And then I like, on this, I like the top rounded. I didn't round the bottom, but I did do the top because I want you to see that there's a difference, which with this one it's obvious because there's so much size difference there. So we could round the bottom on that one and it would be fine. And then we need to get something for our little holder, and you could do a circle and a brad. You could do anything like that. I'm just going to do another sheet of the cardstock. Let me see. I have some over here. I actually like that. So let me fold some of it together. Let me just cut a little piece off. I'm just going to cut a small piece. And so this is another one of those projects that would be very easy to do a mass make. You know, you could cut several strips of the, 2-inch 2x12 for the belly bands, and then you could score them all at the same time, and then you could, do your papers, and so it would be very easy to do as a mass make and build your stash. So I'm just rolling that down and getting glue everywhere. Now let's see, how could I do this without having to get the sewing machine back out right this minute? I guess I can. I'll just maybe like tack it down with the glue, and then maybe where it's not so much glue, but at least we can see what we have going on. And I think some of these strips may be wider than others. I don't know. Yeah, a little bit. So let's just use maybe 2 of the wider ones. And I'm just folding them down. I'm just folding these in half. And then what I'll do is see, where I want them to come. So I don't want them to come below the flap. So I'm going to trim about 1/4 of an inch or so off of them. I'm not measuring because, this does not have to be an exact science here. And let's just see if I done it okay. Perfect. And I will go ahead and round the corners of these. And then, you could stamp on these. There's so much that we could do even with just the papers in there. So I'm just gonna y'all hear that? Oh my God. I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue right there to kind of hold that down for, until I can get over to the sewing machine. And then I need to put a little dab of glue right here to hold this one down. Now I just need to not forget that I have to sew it, because that's just a little tiny bit of glue. So hopefully I won't forget. Oh my goodness, me and those pens and those glue bottles are... So I'm just holding it there for just a minute. I think it should be fine now. And let's go ahead and cut the circle out. And you could do the different shapes with, cutting this out. You don't even have to do this. Like I said, you could do a brad and put it down through there. There's a lot that you can do for a closure, but for me this is just the quickest and easiest way for me to do it. So I put glue on just that bottom part of the circle, and I'm making sure that it hangs off good, and then I'll pull it out and then just let it dry. And so then that will be my closure. And so we could take and decorate this up right here if we wanted to. We could put something up here. There's so much to do. These are just really fun to work with. We could put one of our little labels on it, or we could put one of these on it. What do we want to do? Do we even want to do anything? I don't know. I'm just having fun, you know. So yeah, you know, you could put a cluster on it. You could put, I like that one. So you could put a cluster on it. You could put a label on it. You don't have to put anything on it. You know, there's just so much that you can do to, you know, fancy these up, I guess you would say. But you could have your bases done and just waiting for whenever you need them, and then just decorate them all at that one time. Okay, so let's see. So see, there we go. We've got that. And I may round those corners because I'm thinking it would look better. Okay, so there's that one. And we would just glue it straight into our journal. And then we have a little hidden journal spot, kind of. So we've got just that quick and easy. We got that. So let's do one more on camera here. Move some of this stuff out of the way so I can see what I'm doing. Can't handle all that. Okay, what do we have over here? Let's do this one. Alright, so the same thing. I'm going to do this one at 2 inches. Okay, so we've got 2 inches there. Set this to the side. Now where do I want to fold this? And I want my music notes to be the right way up. So it would need to fold this way. And I'm not even going to get the scoreboard out. I'm just going to fold and, you know, fold it like this, and I'm good with wherever it lands. So there's that. And then I will round these corners. And let's go ahead and round these as well. Oops. And let's ink this one up. Let's go ahead and do a little something with this one. So I'm just going to ink it up. I don't have to ink the back up because it's going to be glued down into a journal. So I just want to ink this area up. I do want to ink up on the inside here and on the inside here. Okay, so we've got that. Now, let's see. Do I have... I was just wondering if I wanted to put a stamp or something on it. I don't think I do. Because I'm just, to be honest, I do, but I'm being lazy and I don't feel like getting the stamp. So that's the truth of the matter. I just don't feel like getting up to get the stamp. So I'm saying I don't want a stamp on it. When in reality, I really do want a stamp on it. Okay, so I'm just going to pull a couple of pieces. And just going to fold these in half. And again, I'll probably have to cut some off, but that's fine. So there we go. We've got it pretty much folded in half. And then let's see where that comes. Oh no, we don't have to cut any off. Okay, so we're good there. So let me round these corners. And then I need to do the glue on one of these, I guess, since it's going to be, I'll use one of these for my circles again. So I'm just going to cut a piece off. And it's probably sturdy enough that I don't have to double it, but I'm just going to go ahead and double it just so that I have that little peace of mind. Okay. And I think I do want to stamp something on here, so I am going to get my stamps. I was just being lazy. That's all there was to it. Oh, but I think I put my stamps in the closet, well, which is right behind me. I'm trying to make excuses. So I need to stop doing that and just need to get up and get the stamps. Okay, let me grab the stamps. They are just right here. Like I said, I was just being lazy and didn't feel like getting up to get them, but that's stupid. Okay, so I've got stamps. Now let's see, what do we want to do? I think I may want, I don't know. How do you like that? I may want, I don't know. So there's so many different things that we can do. I wonder what one of those would look like. I was thinking something like that, or I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. These are like ticket or film strip type things. What are these? I don't know what I want to do. This is where I get in trouble, is whenever I start to do something like this, I can't make my mind up. And so then I get lost. Like, my ADHD just takes over, and yep, then I'm just gone. I'm like out of it, and then I'll be like, okay, you've got to stop. You've got to stop looking. You know, you've got stuff out. No, it still doesn't. It doesn't help. All right, so I did narrow it down to a choice of 3 different sets. Just wondering what one of these would look like. I don't know. I don't think I want those. So let's try. What are these? These are birdies. Let's just try this thing here. Now these had like the name of whatever herb it was written on them, and like I cut it off because I don't want that. And I'm just using this because my stamp blocks are over there. And I'm being lazy again. I mean, I could get them out, but I'm not going to. Alright, so let's just stamp this down. That looks good enough for me for right now. I'm not real happy with it, but I guess if I wanted to be real happy with it, I should have put a little bit more effort into it. So I am going to do that. I am going to stop cutting corners. I'm going to get my field note stamps out. I am going to get my stamp block out. See guys, I have to just like talk myself. I don't know. I try to cut corners knowing that I shouldn't, and so it ends up where I'm end up wasting more time because I do it the way I should have done it to begin with. So, alright, so I've got my field note stamps. what do we want to put on here? I think a number would look good. We can do, let's do the label and a number. And I want to do, what color do I want to do? I want to do the label in green, or the frame, whatever you call this. And somebody said the reason I was getting my ink in the middle is because the way I was putting the ink on the label. So I'm trying to do better. Okay, and so I think I want my label to go maybe there. Okay, wonder if there's any more on it. We're gonna find out. There's a little bit. Okay, so we've got a label, and I want to put a number. What is that? That looks good. We're gonna go with it. So do I want to put this, let's do this in that red. So that's all I'm doing. I'm trying to get the ink on my stamp. Ah! And my goodness gracious, did y'all see that? Twice. Alright. And then just set it down. Oh yeah. Check it out. I like it. Okay, so we've got that. See, that does look better. I mean, there's so much. That's just a, you know, a very quick fix to it. But, you know, there's so much embellishment that we could do to it. But I'm not going to right now. Because, again, I'm just not sure exactly the type journal it will go in. And, you know, then I can decorate it with some of the stuff that's going to be in the exact journal that it will go into. Alright, so put those up. Let me put my inks out of the way. And then we should be able to finish this now. Alright, so on this, same thing. I'm just going to put a little dot of glue until I can get to my sewing machine. And that's just to hold it in place. That's all that little bit of glue is going to do. Because I just want it, you know, I don't want it going all over the place. But at the same time, I don't really want to glue this in. So that's all I'm doing. It's just getting it ready to be sewn in. And I'm just going to hold it there for just a second. So these, I mean, and it doesn't take, you know, a lot of times we have these like 2x12 strips because a lot of the projects we do, I know a lot of the projects I do, I end up with a lot of these. And same thing with my papers. And so, excuse me, this is just a good way to get rid of those scraps, but to have it as something that we can use in the journal. So that is a plus plus. Alright, I'm just cutting that out. Yeah, I knew I had an ink dauber around here somewhere. I'm just going to ink it up a little bit. And I think I'm going to want it right there. So the same thing, I'm just going to put just a little bit of glue on that bottom part. And then I'm going to hold that down and then stick my little circle on where I want it to be placed. Then I'm holding it and pulling that out. And so I'm just letting it set there while it dries. And that's all there is to it. So guys, there you go. Just quick and easy little way to create some belly bands with some hidden journaling space in them. You know, these you can even use these as bookmarks, anything like that. So it's just a great way to get rid of some scraps and end up with something useful that you can use in your journals. So make sure you go and try it out. You know, look through your scraps, and you can do these in the smaller sizes, just as like a little tuck to go in your journals. So you don't have to have it like the full page size. You can do just a small one, just as a little tuck to put down in your journal, and use the same closure type system. So yeah, there you go, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.